Now, coasters, it's Bruce here. I'm down at the Slipway, and the skipper's invited me on board. Geez, a long way up those ladders. These young fellas, they run up and down there. This boat here is the Tainu. And the boss man.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Yeah, g'day.
Now, what's your name?
Colin Charland.
Colin
Charland.
Charland. The Tainu. When was it built?
About 1968 in Nelson.
68.
Yeah.
First year I started work.
Yeah.
Now listen, how many seasons have you been fishing?
Well, I'm 59 and I started when I was 14.
Oh, so
A wee while. Yeah.
it's incredible the number of fishermen that I've interviewed have fished their entire lives.
Yep, done nothing else.
And mostly out of Nelson and the coast?
Nelson and Greymouth, yep.
And the boat, what do you generally fish for?
This one, I actually own 3 boats, but this one mainly soles, gurnet, just inshore species, the stuff you buy in a fish and chip shop.
Yep.
A Cherokee, just inshore species.
What?
Bit of tuna.
Oh, shucks. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, can be.
Hey, you ever sunk a boat?
No.
I can't find anyone who has. Jeez, what am I doing wrong?
Not here to tell the story.
Oh, gotcha. What about the odd crew member that falls overboard?
No, never had one. Never had an incident.
Wow.
Nothing more than a bit of stick and plaster won't fix.
What is it that encourages or would encourage a young man to come and be a fisherman?
Well, I don't know anymore. They don't seem to want to. The opportunities aren't there to make money like they used to be, but they should. It should be. It's just it's hard, and young people don't want to work. That's the reality of it. They don't want to work.
And what's the money like? Say for a deckhand, is it pretty good?
Oh, depends what you call pretty good. It's well above. I'd say it's the average wage, but it's a lifestyle thing, or you need to like fishing. You need to like fishing. It's not. You don't have to bloody live on a subsistence wage. You can earn good money if you work hard.
Sounds like life.
Yeah.
Now the quota system, when they brought that in, there was a lot of discussion. Has it worked?
I think yes. In a lot of cases it has. It's certainly the fish is better than it was. I don't think the return per kilo perhaps to the fisherman is as good as it could be, but there's a lot of administration crap that I don't get into.
Yeah, it all costs money though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it all I'd say it's got flaws, but it's probably better than not having one.
And there's a lot of you get a lot of negative comment from the extreme green sector where they're talking about us overfishing and fishing to extinction, but the quota system would actually seems to me to be just it's a sustainably managed way to look at the resource.
Yeah, well, there's more from my point. When I started fishing, there's more fish. It's easier to catch fish now than it was then.
Wow.
It's easier to catch fish now. I don't think it's got a lot to do with technology. I think there's more fish. It's that simple. More fish and less fishermen.
Yeah, there was a headline on the on one of these crazy Facebook pages that go around talking about the fact that sharks are becoming extinct because they've been is that do you see many sharks?
Oh, in the summer,
yeah.
We only see the ones that are swimming around, on the surface. You seldom catch one because they're too fast and too clever and not where we're doing it. But and certainly in the tuna season, you see them flitting around on the surface.
What's the biggest fish you've caught?
Oh shit, I don't know.
Are we talking 100 kilos or?
Oh no.
Bigger than that?
Yeah, I think we caught a sunfish years ago once when we were pair trolling in Tasman Bay that probably weighed a couple of tonne. But yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that interests me is I've noticed that the fishermen will go out fishing. They'll come in the middle of the night. They'll get they'll unload, and the next thing they're heading out again. Do you do that? And is it tiring? I mean, does it get you down?
Yeah, it's tiring, but especially down the coast, you've got to work the weather. You got that bar to get across, and you just got to make hay while the sun shines, don't you?
When you go across the Greymouth Bar, I've seen lots and lots of footage of your boats and other boats going across the bar there, and I just think, goodness me, is it as bad as it looks from the side? I mean, you'll never get me.
No. You know, I mean, there's the odd time where probably people have decided that they've come in when they shouldn't have. I've done it myself a few times, but it's you just got to work out what you can do and what you can't do. And
experience, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you're better off to bloody wait a day and come in than be silly about it. But in saying that, in all the years I've been fishing here, I've travelled up to the bar and probably 3 or 4 times I've decided not to come in and wait till the next day, and it's been fine.
Yep.
It doesn't stay rough forever.
Now, the official records say that there hasn't been a dolphin caught off Greymouth for well over a decade, and yet if you read the newspapers, you'd swear that there's been dolphins caught every day. Do you have a view on that?
Well, the only view I've got on it is I haven't caught one, so I don't know, and I haven't heard of anyone else really that has, that I can think of.
So there's a fair bit of bloody rubbish goes on, isn't there?
Well, there's a lot of propaganda.
Yeah. Makes it unfortunate.
And there's probably, they're worrying about a fisherman catching a dolphin, but they're not worrying about a killer whale eating 20 of them for lunch. What's the...
I love it.
Well, it's true.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what they're called, killer whales. They eat dolphins. That's it.
It's now there's that appeared to be a really good investment, getting the dredge in to dredge out the Blaketown Lagoon. Made a difference?
For a while, but it needs continually ongoing.
Well, I had a look at the new dredge the other day and the pontoon that the digger's going to sit on, and hey, it's not too far away from.
Yeah, well, that'll be a good thing. It needs pumping out real good and proper, and then just maintaining, I think.
Yeah.
Like when I very first come down here, they had an old dredge sort of working. The harbour guys used to use it.
Yeah.
They used to keep on top of it, and then that stopped, and it just got worse and worse.
That must have been a few years ago now, too,
yeah,
just quietly.
Yeah.
What about the upgrade of the Slipway? Now, how big's this boat? How big's the Tainu?
This one's 58 foot.
And I wonder how many tonne that is.
Probably about 35.
Because they're talking about being able to pull a 200-tonne boat up.
Yeah, well, I had my bigger boat, the J-Bell, up at Christmas time, and that was like right on the limit. That was about 80 tonne, and it done that, but it didn't want to do any more than that.
Well, I guess 200 tonne and a covered-in facility.
It'd be brilliant. Be perfect.
Make a difference, won't it?
Well, make a difference to the port, probably, the engineers and painters and sandblasters or whatever,
Yeah, I come across Mark Jones the other day as a painter, and he said that the other day he painted his first boat in 40 years.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they have I'm not familiar with what they're actually talking about doing, but if a covered-in facility would put a lot of money into the local engineering and painting and sandblasting and
the whole range
of
which would be, of course, that's the idea.
Well, that would work,
So if you were given a magic wand, and which none of us are, but if you were given a magic wand, how could we grow the fishing sector? Not necessarily the amount of fish caught, but how can we grow the sector? Where's the growth?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I suppose relinquishing some of the rules, and regulations to make it so that there's more fish available to be caught. Like I say, the biggest problem here is people. There's heaps of opportunity for people to work in the fishing industry. It's just they don't want to step up to it. They're too busy bloody smoking dope or being on the dole or sickness benefit. They just don't seem to want to work.
There must be some out there, and I wonder if it's a training thing.
There's a bit of training going on, from what I can gather, but it's the mindset of, unfortunately, it's the mindset, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not only speaking for me. It seems to be the mindset for young people is they want a job when they've got nothing better to do,
rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
How important's a processor?
Very. You haven't got one of them, you got nothing, have you?
And it's one of the things that I've learned in the last couple of weeks is just how closely the fishermen work with the processors.
Well, you have to. It's like anything. What's the point of having a cow if you haven't got a bloody milk shed? A milk treatment station.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same deal, isn't it? And there's no point having a processor if you haven't got a fisherman.
Yeah, that's right. One can't work without the other. Yeah. Well, look, I really appreciate you taking the time to have a chat to us. You'll see this on the Coasters Club, and I'm sure there'll be people who know you who will tell you.
Fair enough.
It's pretty widely seen. But hey, look, good luck with the season. Is it you're starting the season?
Oh, no, we're sort of our quiet time now. We're finishing, really.
Oh, so at the end of the
Quota
season.
Yeah.
Okay. And so every time I eat flounder, or no, not flounder. What is it?
Turbot and brill down here.
Turbot and brill. Every time I eat them, I'll remember you.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, catch you later.
Okay.